boys, and welcome to my Hull City versus West Brom match reaction plus analysis. The boys played really well today, could not get any points away at the Hawthorns. However, we lost 4-2 against West Brom. I'll definitely dive right into this match reaction plus analysis. I'll be talking about what we need to do better in order to stay up here in the championship and not get relegated to the EFL League One, which we do not need or want at all. League One football is a really bad sign for us. We'll have to cut a lot of players, slash the wage budget, slash our already minimal transfer budget, and our team will look very different. I'll talk about the positions we really need to address in this summer transfer window, as well as the players who really need to play better if we are going to survive this relegation fight. And I'll talk about how we are at the end of the table, only 1 point up on Middlesbrough from being in the bottom three, which would mean relegation. But let's get into this match reaction plus analysis of Hull City versus West Brom. So hello boys, I'm Luke and welcome to the Hypnos channel, the only YouTube channel that educates you on your Hull City Football Club. For more Hull City content, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Without further ado, let's hit the pitch. So let's get right into this. We came out in a classic Grant McCann 4-2-3-1. George Long in goal. Leo Silva Lopez filling in for the injured Callum Elder at left back. Reece Burke, Jordi Device, and Matthew Pennington rounding out the back four. We've got Honeyman and Kevin Steward in the CDM positions with John Terrell in the cam position. Martin Samuelson made a surprise appearance in the starting 11 at left wing, and then Mallik Wilks, our classic right wing player. He's been playing exceptional, our best player, and ever since the restart, basically, he's been our best player. And then Josh McGuinness gets the start up top at the striker position. I'll talk about the striker position in depth a little bit later in the battle between Josh McGuinness and Tom Eaves for the starting striker position. So let's get into the injuries real quick before I dive into my overall thoughts on the game. Both Herbie Kane and Callum Elder were out for this game against West Brom. Callum Elder will be back for the match against Bristol City this Wednesday. He went through the concussion protocol, came out fine. The medical staff has cleared him, and this will be really good for us because Callum Elder is a very good left back, and it'll allow Leo Silva Lopez to go to his natural position of center mid or center defensive mid, where he can really make an even greater impact than he has at left back, because he's played exceptionally well at left back, but this way he can come back to his natural position and continue to help us in these crucial 5 upcoming games. Herbie Kane, unfortunately, will be out for the rest of the season. This is a huge blow because the lone E from Liverpool has been amazing in the midfield ever since this restart, and on free kicks. He has scored 2 free kick goals in back-to-back matches, 2 absolute beauties, 2 absolute free kick goals that remind me of Robert Snodgrass. We are definitely going to miss Herbie Kane out on the pitch in these final 5 games. George Honeyman is very good at these free kick crosses, just addressing who's going to fill this free kick role. Like I said, George Honeyman is good on free kick crosses, but it'll be interesting to see who takes the free kick shots that'll be on goal. Will it be John Terrell? Will it be Mallik Wilks? I don't know, but that's very interesting to see because Herbie Kane was our #1 free kick taker. So let's get right into my match reaction plus analysis. In the 4th minute, Matthias Pereira hit a ball into the box that should have been handled cleanly by Kevin Steward, but he completely missed the ball. It goes off his leg and ricochets off him to the left, and it falls right into the lap of Charlie Austin, the striker for West Brom, who handles it cleanly and sneaks the ball past George Long. Not too much George Long can do, just overall horrible defending and a big mistake by Kevin Steward. These are the kind of things we cannot have happen. Kevin Steward puts us in a hole early, and it's definitely a problem because we consistently get behind in these games, in these crucial games early. We got behind against Middlesbrough and West Brom here. Obviously, Middlesbrough, we came back, but it's really hard, especially for a team like Hull, where we get down early. We put ourselves in a put ourselves in a hole very early, and it's quite hard to come back from. I would love to get off the mark early and score the first goal of the game like we did against Birmingham City. I know we didn't win that game, but we played exceptionally well, and that was credited to Josh McGinnis scoring, off in the first 2 minutes. Obviously, we played well, but that was a huge morale booster. But overall, really sloppy play by Kevin Steward, letting up that goal. However, after that goal, we definitely woke up and began to play much better, with Mallik Wilks and John Terrell leading the attack. Martin Samuelson and Josh McGinnis were not contributing to the attack that much. I'll get into how they played a little bit later, but the issue was Martin Samuelson at left wing and Josh McGinnis were not contributing. However, Mallik Wilks and John Terrell kept our attack forward, put our foot to the gas pedal. The goal really woke us up, but it'd be nice for us to come out already like that. We played a lot better after the goal that West Brom scored, but it would have been nice if we could come out onto the pitch and play like that immediately from kickoff. But then in the 24th minute, we are continuing to play well against this very good West Brom team. We win a corner, and George Honeyman whips in a very nice ball that John Stone, the West Brom keeper, has to knock out. It is not a good clearance by John Stone. The ball is knocked to Kevin Steward, who alertly strikes it just inside the penalty box on his weak left foot. It ricochets off Dara O'Shea, the West Brom center back, and goes past John Stone, leveling the game at 1-1. Kevin Steward makes up for his earlier mistake that conceded the first goal for West Brom by getting the play level and scoring in the 24th minute for us. We continue to play quality soccer after this, and we are going toe-to-toe, throwing haymakers with West Brom, a top-tier championship football team that is most likely going to be promoted to the Premier League. So right now, I'm quite proud of the Hull City Tigers in the way we're playing against West Brom. Then in the 37th minute, we concede a corner, and once again, our marking absolutely fails us, with Ahmed Hazi breaking away from Jordi Device and scoring off of the corner. Our marking has become a huge problem to all Hull City fans and people who watch this. You guys know, if you watched my Birmingham City versus Hull City match reaction plus analysis video, that our marking really failed us that game. We conceded 2 goals because of our marking, and Grant McCann made it a definite focus in these upcoming games, but still it has failed us. Jordi Device immediately had his head in his hands like that because he knew it was his fault that goal was scored. Our marking just has to be much better if we want to compete with these top tier teams like West Brom, Leeds, Brentford. These teams that we can go toe-to-toe with, but it's just the silly defensive mistakes that trip us up. Kevin Steward not handling a ball he could normally handle in his sleep or on the training ground. Jordi Device not being able to mark correctly, and we're just getting punished for this, and our marking fails us again against West Brom. Pereira gets the assist on that. Not too much George Long can do, but it's still just frustrating. Sloppy play from Kevin Steward in the 4th minute, and sloppy play again from Jordi Device in the 37th minute. So going into halftime, we're down 2-1, but we are playing well except for those few simple defensive errors. You have to feel good about the way we are playing, and the players felt good about the way we were playing because we're only 2-1 down against a top-tier championship team, and realistically, we could be up 1-0 if we had handled those defensive errors. So, Grant McCann makes the substitution coming out of halftime. Keane Lewis-Potter comes on for Martin Samuelson, which is a good substitution because, unfortunately, Martin Samuelson did absolutely nothing for the first half. I am not too sure why he got the start over James Scott or even Josh Bowler, but he did, and he didn't do too much with it. He's a young player, came up through the youth academy, but the big problem is just he could not do anything on the left wing. Him and Josh McGinnis both played quite bad in our attacking front, but he gets subbed off in the 45th minute just because he was not contributing at all to our attacking. He was giving away sloppy fouls. He was just not playing well. Hopefully he can get on track later, but I do not want to see him in at left wing in the starting 11 against Bristol City on Wednesday. We have had left wing troubles with James Scott playing really bad against Middlesbrough, not doing anything at all against Middlesbrough, James Scott. But Martin Samuelsson played even worse here against West Brom. So we've had left wing troubles along with our striker troubles. So I hope we figure out those two attacking positions, because our right wing is fine and our midfield is playing very good attacking wise. So if we straighten out our left wing and striker positions, our attack is going to get better and better and better. I do not want to see Keane Lewis-Potter start at left wing next game, even though he came on for 45 minutes. He did not play too great, played better than Martin Samuelsson, fielded a good amount of balls from John Terrell, but other than that, he didn't do too much. So I would rather see James Scott, the big transfer, 1.5 million transfer fee from Motherwell FC, play at left wing, or Josh Bowler, the lone E from Everton, who played well against Charlton. I would like to see either one of those two instead of Keane Lewis-Potter or Martin Samuelsson at left wing against Bristol City this Wednesday. So back into the match reaction. Then in the 48th minute, John Terrell takes a pass in the middle of the pitch about 30 yards out, and he whips in a very, very good ball to Josh McGuinness, who fields it cleanly. One of the few things he did really well in this game. He fielded the ball cleanly and then tapped out a good awareness tap out to Leo da Silva Lopez just outside of the penalty box. So Leo da Silva Lopez took that pass from Josh McGuinness first time and whipped in a beautiful cross that found Mallik Wilks, my boy, my favorite player, our best player on the team right now. Found him. He puts a head on it, flicks it into the bottom left corner, and just like that, Mallik Wilks has scored back-to-back, and we are level 2-2 with West Brom, a top-tier championship team. I am going absolutely crazy in my household as I watch it, because Mallik Wilks scores again, my favorite player. He's been exceptional ever since we signed him permanently, and he's just been finding his stride consistently as our right wing for the future. And he's proving me and Grant McCann right, because I was with him from the very beginning. Ever since we got him on loan from Barnsley, I've been a supporter. He's been my favorite player ever since he came over from Hull, and Grant McCann showed faith in him. When his loan was up from Barnsley, he signed him right away to a permanent deal, 2 years with us for the next 2 years, and a club option for the third. And Mallik Wilks has been returning the faith Grant McCann has showed him with 2 goals in his 2 games ever since his contract. He has been exceptional. I've been preaching Mallik Wilks forever, and he's showing the world what he can do. Back-to-back goals in 2 games. Mallik Wilks is our savior, and he's on an absolute roll. Definitely has the right wing spot locked up for the future. Also, this has gone a little unnoticed, but Leo da Silva Lopez has been playing great, especially considering that he's been filling in at left back because Callum Elder got hurt in the Middlesbrough game and was out for this West Brom game. So Leo da Silva Lopez has been playing amazingly. He's been making a big impact at left back, not his natural position, but with Callum Elder coming back and him playing in the central midfield or as a CDM, he'll be able to make an even bigger impact at his natural position. So definite props to Lopez. Sadly, after Mallik Wilks scores that beautiful equalizer in the 48th minute, West Brom respond right away, and in the 49th minute, Pereira hits a beautiful through ball to Kamil Grugicki, who runs way by Matthew Pennington, who looked completely off this game. With us getting a left back, we definitely might need to find a right back for the future. Matthew Pennington is also on loan from Everton, but he has been playing badly. Kamil Grugicki torched him all game, and it was tough to watch. Definitely need a new right back. Another position we should focus on in this summer transfer window, and Grugicki slotted it away against George Long. Nothing he could really do about it. Matheus Pereira was amazing all game for West Brom. He certainly is a Premier League caliber player, whether that be with West Brom or another team that purchases him from West Brom. He deserves to be in the Premier League. He's an amazing player. He had 2 assists, the one to Ahmed Hazi, and then this one to Kamil Grugicki, and he completely controlled the game for West Brom. Kamil Grugicki played well in his first start for West Brom after being purchased from us for $800,000 this winter transfer window. He respectfully did not celebrate his goal against his former club like soccer players do when they score against their former clubs. He's definitely a good player, but I would much rather have Mallik Wilks, which we do on the wings, so that's good. The big issue was Jared Bowen leaving for West Ham for that $23 million fee. That was the big issue. Mallik Wilks has filled in perfectly for Kamil Grugicki. I think he's a better player, but the issue was Jared Bowen leaving this winter transfer window. And then after that, in the 53rd minute, Mallik Wilks made an amazing run down the right sideline, outpacing two West Brom midfielders and then slicing through two more West Brom defenders. That's right, it was a beautiful slice. He dribbled right through two of the West Brom defenders, in total going by four West Brom players to have a one-on-one chance against Johnstone, but his shot just went over the crossbar. It was an absolutely amazing run by Mallik Wilks to get the opportunity, but one-on-one chances don't come that often, so it would have been amazing to see him slot that away, and the game would have been level 3-3, and he would have had 2 goals. Mallik Wilks is definitely our best player. However, he could have had 2 or 3 goals, which would have been amazing. He could have leveled it at 3-3. However, he played great. He's our man of the match for sure, but he could have had more goals. So after trying to level the game at 3-3 for about 30 minutes, Grady Digaya scored outside of the box for West Brom. He hit a dribbler that went right past George Long on George Long's left into the bottom right corner. George Long should have saved this and kept the game at 3-2, but George Long has been mediocre ever since this restart. He started every game this season for us, but he just doesn't make any quality saves, especially ever since this restart. But total in this game, he's just been, in total in this season, he's just been too mediocre. George Long is quite good in the air, but he doesn't make any quality saves off shots, which is what you want your keeper to do, obviously. And we need him to step up his game, if we're going to get out of this, relegation zone battle. We are only 1 point out of the relegation zone. We do not want to go to the EFL League One. So we need George Long to be on tip-top form, but that's another position we should focus on in the summer transfer window, along with right back. We should maybe target a goalkeeper that can compete with George Long or even win that starting job away from him. So we should have kept it at 3-2, but it ended up being 4-2. In the 91st minute, Mallik Wilks had another chance to put a head on a George Honeyman free kick cross, but he just couldn't capitalize on the opportunity, and the final score ended 4-2 with West Brom winning over us, Hull City. My final thoughts on the game are our marking needed to be much better because it's really costing us points against Birmingham City and now West Brom. It's a really big problem when your marking on corners or free kicks is costing you points. It cost us 3 points against Birmingham City, and it definitely cost us at least 1 point here against West Brom. So I know Grant McCann is going to make that a focus, but our marking just needs to be better. Wilks is playing absolutely out of his mind. He's playing amazing. Definitely our best player. He's proving Grant McCann and me right. I was on the Wilks support train from the beginning, and he's proving everyone right. Every Hull City fan who believed in him, he is proving you guys right along with me, and I'm really, really happy to see him playing this well, and I love seeing Mallik Wilks on that right wing position. And we need to find a quality left wing that can play across from Mallik Wilks. And I think James Scott is the man to play left wing for the rest of this season and next season because we paid a handsome fee for him and he showed out well in his debut. I know he had a bad game against Middlesbrough, but I would love to see Grant McCann keep him, show that he has trust in the 19-year-old, because with him and Mallik Wilks, 21 and 19, we could possibly have the best wingers in the championship next season. No question, not even joking. Mallik Wilks is superb, and if James Scott continues to develop, he will be just as good on the left wing, and Mallik Wilks will continue to be better. They're both very, very young, and we could have the best wingers in the championship, no doubt about it. And then finally, the striker spot. I've said this before, but the starting striker spot has been an absolute roller coaster this season. I do not envy Grant McCann because he has to make a decision regarding whether he should start Tom Eaves or Josh McGinnis against Bristol City. I mean, Tom Eaves has been decent in substitution performances, and Josh McGinnis has played quite bad against Middlesbrough and here against West Brom. So they've both been on the same form, realistically. I know I've gotten on Tom Eaves in my videos. I'm kind of known for that, along with my Mallik Wilks support. But even though I get on Tom Eaves, I give him credit where credit is due. He's playing just as well as Josh McGinnis. McGinnis has been playing bad, and Eaves, has been playing well in substitution. So I'll be very interested to see who Grant McCann trots out in the starting 11 striker spot against Bristol City. I won't be angry if it's Tom Eaves, but I would like to see Josh McGinnis get another chance and to show Grant McCann that it's his striker spot. But overall, I am happy with the way the boys played, but we definitely need 3 points against Bristol City because Middlesbrough, Barnsley, and Luton Town are getting good results, and they are going to come after us and try to survive. But we are also trying to survive. We are not going down to League One. I can promise that. Mallik Wilks, John Terrell, George Honeyman, Jordi de Wijs, Callum Elder, Leo Silva Lopez, Josh McGinnis, Tom Eaves, everyone is going to put their best foot forward, and I promise you, Hull fans, we are not going down to League One. So I cannot wait for Wednesday when we play against Bristol City. I cannot wait for the game, and peace out, boys.